Previously in NASCAR Thunder 2004. He can't finish more than 8 spots ahead of me. I think I just saw Dale Jr. with a blown engine, y'all. Where did he come from? Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff Green. Dale Jr.'s blown up.
Keep hitting those marks. Leader's about 5 seconds ahead. The 40 car is outside. Caution out of the racetrack. The yellow flag now waves as the field makes its way out of the start finish line. Under a yellow flag condition for a photo out of the racetrack.
I need to finish within 6 positions, maybe even 7, honestly. You know what? I'm gonna even back myself. We need 8.
40 car up high. I'd like to see him stay back there.
Sterling, no, stop. If Dale Jr. somehow works his way back to the front, I'm screwed.
Come on, buddy, push it. We can pick up some more spots. There's a 3-second margin between you and the leader. Don't make it up too bad. Let's try to race a little cleaner. He did that on purpose.
There are plenty of storylines in NASCAR right now, heading into 2005. Of all those things, I will be honest with you, even I don't know what's coming up. I do know one thing's for sure. With us being the previous champion, we're going to kind of run through a little bit of the point standings before we head off into the offseason and see what's next for Season 3. Looking at the point standings, after winning only 8 races this season, and getting 20 top 5s, 27 top 10s with an average start of 5.5 with an average finish of 8.8. I am your NASCAR Winston Cup champion here in 2004. Dale Jr. is second, only 21 points back, with Tony Stewart coming in 92 points back. That's the closest points battle I think we've had in a while. I think Mark Martin, when he won his championship in season 1, he won by more points than I did. So really huge to get our win today. Our championship. Very happy for what has been accomplished with this team. Next thing is Jeff Gordon finishing 4th in the standings. 5th was Ryan Newman. Dale Jarrett rounds out the top, or starts out the bottom half of the top 10, which is in 6th place. Kevin Harvick in 7th. Mark Martin 8th. Ricky Rudd 9th, and Jimmy Johnson 10th. So coming into the new season, we've got a lot of changes to go over. First and foremost is the 2005 season in my career mode. And first of all, let's go ahead and talk about the race schedule. The schedule this time starts out a little bit differently. Now bear with me, hear me out. We go to the shootout, right? So we're at the shootout, then it's Daytona 500. As you can tell, Auto Club at California is up higher in the standings, or higher in the series. So that'll be the second race of the season. Then we go to Las Vegas, Atlanta, Bristol. Then we go to Sawmill Speedway, the road course. Yes, that road course. Then we go to Texas, Phoenix, go to Talladega, Darlington, Richmond, Lowe's, Dover, Pocono, Michigan, Infineon, Daytona, Chicagoland, New Hampshire. Then it's back to Talladega. But this is the Talladega road course. Then we go to the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. Then it's Watkins Glen. Series is at the Glen. Then you go to Michigan, Bristol, California, Richmond International again for another race. Then we go to New Hampshire, Dover, Talladega, the Super Speedway, Kansas, Lowe's, Martinsville. Then we go to Atlanta. Then we have a road course at Texas. Then we go to North Carolina. And finally, we finish out the season at Homestead. That's not all, though. A number of other things have changed. I know the season hasn't begun yet, but you will notice that some drivers are no longer in their original cars. For example, you can probably see it here. Kevin Grubb is still in the 26, but we've got Kirk Shelmerdine now. Mike Wallace, Casey Mears, Jimmy Johnson is in his 48. And a few others. So it's going to be a very interesting season. So give me a second to wax poetic on this. We've got a lot of drivers coming in And I think you guys really need to understand that. So let me go out to the race now screen for who you may see. Kenny Wallace is still an active driver, but he is no longer in the 23 car. He has been ousted from his job with Bill Davis and will now be driving the 00 Aaron's car, which sometimes we'll say the Busch Series. Ignore the logo on the bottom left. This is part-time drivers. We have to differentiate them. So he'll be driving the Aaron's 00. John Andretti loses his ride at the 43 car because Petty Enterprises had to downsize, especially after Kyle Petty retired earlier in the year. So John Andretti is now in the 1. Unfortunate for John Andretti, but that is okay. Martin Truex Jr. will also make a few select starts this season in the number 1. Travis Kvapil will be around in the in the 2004 Dodge Charger 06 car. Steve Park has also been ousted from his ride. He is now in the 7. If you remember correctly, Steve Park was in the 30. That ride has now been taken by somebody else, and you'll see that soon. Bobby Hamilton Jr. is now in the 09, replacing, I believe that was Mike Skinner driving that car last season. So Bobby Hamilton Jr. is now in the 09 car. JJ Yaley is driving the 11 MBNA Chevy. Greg Sachs is driving the DeHookerArt.com number 13. Larry Foyt will be driving the Victory brand number 14. Dave Blaney will be the one piloting the number 23 alongside Shane Meal. Both of these drivers are two drivers that you'll see from time to time, but expect to probably see Dave Blaney more than Shane Meal throughout most of the season. Gary Earnhardt will be getting a few select starts in the 33 Bass Pro Shops car that says, "Thanks, Dad." Mike Wallace is in the unsponsored number 35 car after losing his ride in the 07. Boris Said, your favorite road course ringer, will be in the number 36 car, so we expect to see him during some of the road course races this season. Kevin LePage has moved on from the 57 to the 37, and he is an unsponsored car. It just says Carter's Royal Disposal on the back quarter panel. Scott Pruitt is in the 39, but his sponsors has changed. He was driving a Target sponsored car. He will be moonlighting with Sterling Marlin in the Coors Light car. Carl Long and the Al Smith Dodge from Raleigh, North Carolina. So hopefully we'll see some Carl Long in the races. Derek Cope is in the 50, and he will be sharing that ride with TJ Jones. They both are in the same car. Tony Raines is in the number 51 Marathon Oil car. Jason Leffler, rest in peace. Jason Leffler will be in the number 60 Haas Chevy. Kirk Shelmerdine in the unsponsored number 72 that ironically had a political sponsor on it, and nobody thought about that back in the day. Mike Bliss in the 80 Slim Jim car. Kyle Busch will make an appearance or 2 or 3 or however many he feels like throughout the season, depending upon, Hendrick. So expect to see Kyle Busch in the 04 or in the 84 this season. Morgan Shepherd in the 89, racing for Jesus. Sorry, I was about to say running with Jesus. It was racing for Jesus 89 car. Andy Hillenberg will also be driving the number 90 Boudreaux's Butt Paste car. Bill Elliott has, of course, retired for the most part, so he is now a part-time driver in the series. Expect to see him driving the number 91. Stanton Barrett is your number 94. Carl Edwards is in the 0, or in the 99. You'll see him at some point throughout the season. He's still in the Busch Series, still developing. So hopefully we'll see him at some point during the season in 2005. Now we've got a couple of driver changes in different cars. If you remember correctly, Ward Burton used to drive the number 2 car, 22 car. Now Ward Burton is in the 0 car. He is driving the Net Zero car, which was being piloted by Dex Sprague. So good to see the 0 Net Zero car back on the track. Joe Nemechek is in the 01, replacing Jerry Nadeau. Rusty Wallace is in the 2. Jimmy Spencer is now in the 4 car. For Morgan McClure, Terry Labonte is now also in a part-time slate this season. He is no longer running full-time, so Terry Labonte will be a part-time driver, and we'll probably be seeing a few other Hendrick cars coming in from here and there. Terry is about to wind up his career. Mark Martin is in the 6th car, and that's actually the Pfizer Viagra car. So we got the official sponsor for Viagra. Dale Jr. driving his Budweiser Chevy. Casey Kane takes over the number 9. So yes, that hotshot rookie Casey Kane. Casey Kane is now in the race. So Casey Kane has been promoted to the Cup Series. Scott Riggs is taking over the 10 car, which is replacing Johnny Benson. Ryan Newman maintains his car in the number 12. Michael Waltrip is still in the 15. Greg Biffle is still in the 16. We'll go ahead and skip forward to a couple of others, but you guys can see some of the ongoing schemes for some of the drivers. The 21 of Ricky Rudd, there was a small story happening near the end of the season. Wood Brothers decided to bring him back for another season. Scott Wimmer will now take over the 22. He was in the 23. He had like one start at the end or in the middle of the season last season. Now he's officially in the 22 car. Jeff Gordon maintains his 24 car, obviously lifetime contract. Brian Vickers joins the series in the 25. Kevin Harvick is still in the 29. The 30 car is now driven on a part-time schedule with Johnny Sauter, which is going to be alongside the 29 and the 31 of Robbie Gordon. Speaking of Robbie Gordon, there he is. Ricky Craven is still driving the 32 car, but they have changed their manufacturer. They are now a Chevy. Elliott Sadler is in the 38. Sterling Marlin is now in the Coors Light 40, of course. Casey Mears in the 41 still. Jamie McMurray in the 42. Jeff Green takes over the 43 car as John Andretti, for some odd reason, was let go from his ride, so that's why he's in the 1 car. So Jeff Green is now in the 43 after losing his ride in the 30. Ignore Kyle Petty. He's not a full-time driver. Then we have Jimmy Johnson driving in the 48. Ken Schrader in the 49. Brendan Gaughan is in the 77. Dale Jarrett still in the 88. Kurt Busch in the 97. Down in the 98, Todd Bodine has landed in the 98 Lucas Oil car. And Jeff Burton rounds out the rest of the grid with the 99 car. So that kind of explains what we have working for this season. Season 3 will be very interesting, as well as something else is going on in the background. NASCAR has announced that due to a global recession, the winners' purses are no longer the same. So when you used to win $1.5 million for winning the Daytona 500, you're now winning half of that. The only race that was unchanged was the All-Star race. They're putting some of that money towards the All-Star race to hopefully have whoever wins see that boost. But other than that, the series is now in a major financial crunch, meaning less money from the racetrack and more money from your sponsors. So your sponsors are now a little bit more important for season 3. Well, that wraps up everything for the preseason. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to it. I know I surely am. I am still driving a Pontiac. I actually just realized that I might be the only Pontiac car out there. Oh no, that's bad. I'm gonna have to really look at maybe changing my team. I'm basically a zombie Pontiac right now. Anyways, if you're looking forward to season 3, make sure you smash that like button and definitely subscribe if you're new, because season 3 is about to be as interesting as all the others. I'll see you guys next episode, when we officially take on the entire season, or the start of it, with the Bud Shootout. Can't wait to get to the track. It's been a while. See you guys next time. Be easy, everybody.